scripts and offers and people are interested in having you be part of their films. And I'm just curious, at this point, you've done so much cool stuff. What, what kind of things are you attracted to? What draws you in at this point? What kind of, scripts or opportunities outside? I know in this case, working with Tim Robinson was an appeal outside of, certain people that you want to work with. Are there certain kinds of scripts and things that you're interested in?
Well, I'm interested in doing things maybe that I wouldn't normally be considered for, or somebody might not expect me to do, whether it's something, dark or dramatic or some, it could be a number of things. I don't always get those parts, and what I'm drawn to really varies. I mean, there are many considerations. It'd be like where something films or when it films, because I have a family, and there are many other considerations that go into some of these things now that I didn't have years and years ago. But I will say, I really, in looking back at everything that I've worked on, working on comedies with really funny people is the most fun. And it's very, sometimes people say, why would you, if you're gonna do this, you gotta go this way, and then go in this direction so people don't pigeonhole you, or you just don't do one kind of thing. But I just think that life is so hard. The world is really shitty. In many ways, especially now, it can get really tough. That comedies and working on them can be so joyous. And when it's really clicking, working on it, and it's like, oh, this feels alive, or you get to work on something with really funny people and they're saying things that are not in the script, and it's like, but it's really working. It's a feeling like nothing else. And when it's going on, you're like, oh yeah, this is why we all want to do it. Like, I want to see anything this guy wants to do, and I also would I would love to work with him, but I just want to see the movie. And so, say what you want about Marvel. One of the good things is like, sometimes when you sign on, somebody will be like, all right, we'll finance it. And by the way, I don't know if you've seen the new Marvel. I hear it's pretty nuts. No spoilers. But that's how, so I read it, and it was just, we were able to kind of, for not a very big budget, piece it together and put in, Connor O'Malley, who was just so funny, and they're just, Eric Rahill. So there's a lot of people that are, I think, for real comedy nerds like myself, get really excited by some of the people that are populating other roles in the film. And and we were able to shoot it pretty quickly, and that's how it happened. Anyone else?
I have a question. I'd say every character in this movie is quite original. And I was wondering if you specifically have a favorite genre that you've done, or a favorite specific type of character that you've portrayed.
I don't know. I like all kinds of genres, and favorite kind of character that I played. I don't know if there's a favorite, but I do think it's always fun to play people that have a lot of confidence, but it's unearned confidence. They don't get it, but they don't realize they don't get it, and that's kind of fun to play, buffoons like that. It stemmed from this idea that oh God, when was the last time anyone was in a movie theater watching a comedy laughing with a packed house? It just so seldom happens now. I've only ever seen this movie one time, and it was at the South by Southwest Film Festival, and it was a big theater, and it was packed with Tim Robinson fanatics, and it was so kind of overwhelming. One, to see the movie because I hadn't seen it, but to just the energy and the feeling of communal laughter and having this kind of experience with other people is something I think we're all missing. And to your point, that might extend to even just making new friends and hanging out in real life. Yeah.
You mean, do you think Austin's gonna go visit him in jail?
Is this the end? No?
I don't know, it's a very cryptic ending in a way. I was just standing in the back watching the last few minutes because there's that turn and the wink. And I feel like there's something between those guys still. I want to believe that, like, you know, he was looking out for me when I ducked behind that table. My wig came off, and it's like, I think there's a, you know, friendships can be hard to navigate. I'd like to think that, yeah, Austin and Craig could weather some storms, and maybe there's some hope. Now, do I think they're going to vacation together? Do you think it's okay if we try and do this video for him? For Tim? Hi, Tim. I'm in Rhinebeck right now. I'm sorry I'm not with you celebrating your birthday, because I know you guys are out right now having a nice dinner. But I did want to wish you a happy birthday, and so do all of these people. So we're going to sing to you. All right. They just saw your movie. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tim. Happy birthday to you. By the way, they hated the movie.